Quiz time. What do we call these chromosomes? So that means this one compared to this one. So these are, let's see, they're duplicated homologous chromosomes. Okay, what do we call this thing compared to this thing? Well, you can see they're connected here. So those are sister chromatids. What do we call these chromosomes? That one compared to that one. The different colors are supposed to represent the idea that you got one from your mom and one from your dad. So these are unduplicated homologous chromosomes. Which are homologous chromosomes? Let's see. Those, because they are different colors, so they're not really different colors, but one from mom, one from dad. These are different sizes, so they couldn't be homologous chromosomes. That's just one chromosome. Homologous chromosomes mean you have two of them. These are different sizes, but look at these. They are unduplicated homologous chromosomes, one from mom, one from dad. Which are sister chromatids? Let's see. Nope, these are on different chromosomes. These don't even have anything to do with each other. Yep, those are sister chromatids right here. And that's it. Which is true for these chromosomes? So this red one compared to the blue one. They are identical and code for the same exact traits. No. They code for variations of the same traits. Yep, that's it. They code for totally different traits and have nothing in common. Well, I'm trying to show you homologous chromosomes, so that wouldn't be true. So if this codes for being tall, this would code for height also, but maybe it'll code for being short. Which is true of these DNA molecules, this part compared to that part, even though they're connected here. They are identical and code for the same exact traits. Yep. Now that's not true once you finish meiosis, but it's true when you make them. This is a normal human karyotype. There are 46 chromosomes. This is again a normal human karyotype. Is it haploid or diploid? Really important questions. You can see that for each chromosome type there's two. So that one's diploid. The term for these chromosomes is autosome, sister chromatid, sex chromosome, or somatic chromosome. The answer here is sex chromosome. And then the term for all of the chromosomes that are not XY. So all of these things are called autosomes. Another name for a body cell is somatic cell. Another name for an unfertilized egg or sperm is gamete. Another name for a fertilized egg is zygote. This is a normal human karyotype. How many ends? Well, there's two sets, so there's two ends. Oops. So this would be 2N. This is a normal normal chimpanzee karyotype. There are 48 chromosomes. Is it haploid or diploid? Well, you can see them in pairs, so it must be diploid. This is a normal chimpanzee karyotype. There are 48 chromosomes. Is it 2N or N? Well, there's two sets, so it's 2N. This is a normal mouse karyotype. There are 40 chromosomes. How many N? Again, they're in pairs. There's two sets. N means set, and so there's 2N. This is a normal mouse karyotype. Is it haploid or diploid? It's diploid. This is a result of polyspermy. I've never talked about this with you before, but it means that two sperm fertilized an egg. The embryo dies. How many ends? Well, look at this. Those are the same chromosome, and these are the same chromosome, and those are the same chromosome. Those are the same chromosome, and those are the same chromosome. This is actually 3N. Triploid. These are all diploid organisms. They have a set of chromosomes from their mom and a set of chromosomes from their dad. They are all 2N and diploid. It means the same thing. This is a result of polyspermy. The embryo dies. How many loid? Well, 3. So we call it triploid. Each human sperm has 23 chromosomes, so if you count all these up, there's 23 chromosomes, half of the parent's number. That is, the sperm has just one set of chromosomes. The other set of chromosomes comes from mom. This is a drawing of the karyotype of a sperm. It has only 23 chromosomes. Since it is just one set, how many ends? And the answer is 1N. And now, how many loids? The answer is just one. I wish we called it monoploid, but it's actually called haploid. So just one set, one N, is called haploid. Mitosis occurs in germ cells or somatic cells. The answer here is somatic cells because that means body cells. Mitosis is used for repairing growth or making eggs and sperm. Remember, mitosis happens in your toes. That's an ugly foot. Okay. Mitosis happens in your toes and everywhere else except your ovaries and testes. So mitosis happens for repair and growth. Meiosis, meiosis happens in germ cells. O for ovary, maybe? I don't know. Meiosis is used for making egg and sperm. So it's super important that you get mitosis and meiosis separated in your head and you know which one's which. So I always remember mitosis happens in my toes and everywhere else except ovaries and testes. An allele is, let's see, a chromosome, nope, identical pairs of duplicated, nope, a pair of chromosomes that, nope, a variation of a gene. There we go. That's an allele. Blue eyes versus brown eyes. Sister chromatids are, so pause this and figure out what you think the answer is. Sister chromatids are identical parts of a duplicated chromosome, or half of a duplicated chromosome might be a better definition. Homologous chromosomes are a pair of chromosomes that code for similar traits but are not identical. Okay, that was quiz time. The thing to remember with this stuff that I think is really the most important stuff, a couple things. Whoops. Mitosis versus meiosis. So remember, this one happens in the toes and everywhere else. M-E-I. Meiosis happens in the ovaries and testes. To make haploid cells, these make diploid cells. At least, yeah, let's go with that. In people, that's how it works. This is just regular, repair, growth, stuff like that. Whereas this makes gametes, eggs and sperm. And then in a couple other things kids mess up. They seem to mess up somatic cell versus autosome versus gamete versus sex chromosome. So somatic cell and gametes, those are both cells. But people mess up somatic cell and autosome a lot. Autosome is a chromosome, like sex chromosomes. These are the X and the Y. And autosomes are everything that are not X and Y. But people kind of mess these up. A somatic cell is just one of the cells in your body, every cell in your body, unless it's a gamete. And that's the end of quiz time.